Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Mic's on. Music's working. I think we're good. The only thing is the webcam disappeared for some reason. Let's try and figure out why that has decided to disappear on us. Activate camera. That works. How odd. Camera's there. Well, maybe we've got no camera today. The light is on for the camera, so that's very weird. I'm just gonna try and like plug it in and plugging it off. Well, unplugging it, plugging it. Okay, I've just plugged it back in. Let's see if we've got some magic. It's not immediately turned on. Hey, okay, we're alive. We're live. Awesome. That is good news. Welcome everybody who's joining us. Don, afternoon. How are you? How's your New Year's, Christmas, miss? Had a good time? Got me a fresh cup of tea. Palette's ready to go. I've just been gluing up a purple worm. Oh, it looks like that camera's frozen. Okay, that's cool. Okay, Carl. I think I must have deactivated that one. Yeah, I'm good, man. Real good. I've just glued this guy together. This is a nice commission piece that I've been working on. I'm probably going to do it as a YouTube video. That'll be fun. It's got like a big body part as well and like a tail as well. So this is like the base that it goes on. So it's like erupting out the ground. So yeah, he's pretty cool. So that's a purple worm, it's called. But today I thought that I'd kick off the streams of the year with some Tomb Kings, because I'm all about the Tomb King hype. I'm all about the old world hype. And I hope you guys will join me today with some old world painting and some general old world chatter. Just setting up the wet palette. Yeah, it's been a great Christmas. It's been a chilled Christmas. And a chilled New Year's. We just sort of hung out at my mum's basically. Saw a lot of my mum, saw my brother, and my sister basically. So got to see the core family, you know, which is all good. Okay. Lovely. Right. So, if I remember how to do these Tomb Kings, there we go. That's probably better. They're all at various stages. So the plan's going to be to get everything up to this stage, where I've like blackened all of the bones, and then I'm going to apply some red in there as well, because I want everything to look like these two handsome chaps. Ooh. I am the clumsiest man in the world. I've just literally thrown my bone giant across the room and snapped him off his base. Hopefully that's the only damage. Just thrown it. Okay, he snapped his toes off. I'll fix that in a bit. Laminate, good start. So this is the scheme. So it's going to be mottled, stippled, mummified remains. If anybody here has been to Cairo and been to the Egyptian National Museum, then you'll know that things are a lot more black and dark and mummified looking than the bleached bone, very clean look that Games Workshop has thrust upon us. So that's why I'm going for something very different, and I'm hoping it's going to catch the eye and just to look a little bit different on the tabletop. So I'm going to have to glue him back on. So the poor bastard, this is his base. So he is meant to be like that. Well, I've somehow snapped him off. Clever boy. Alright, let's pop you over there. So I'm not going to break you again. This is what the Tomb Kings, I want to get everything to today. I've got 20 of them to do. So if I can maybe get 10 of them done, we'll do 10 and then do 10 like that. And just do sort of like a process with it. And then we're going to do some freehand designs as well if I've got time. Probably going to go to about 4 o'clock today because I do have some jobs to do. I've got to go to like this plumbing place to buy some push fit plumbing. Not the most interesting thing in the world, but I've got to do it. And we've got a ton of shields here on the side, so you guys can't really see this, but that's all the shields I've left off. Because like when the shield's on, you can't really see the skeleton, to be honest. You're painting models the same age as me. Well, actually, these are 3D printed. So these models are from the Highlands in War set. But they're actually all on the wrong base size and on the wrong tray size. So I did these thinking that skeletons would remain on a 20mm base, but according to the new rules, they've now changed to 25s. So pretty much all like light small infantry is going to be on a 25mm base, which is interesting. I'm just going to find a better playlist here. I'm trying out some like, this is called Gamers Lounge. Here we go, Synthwave. See if we can change to that. Reason being is because when I play my normal music, I get a lot of, well, we can't monetize video on YouTube basically. This is old world, yeah, this is old world. This is the new old world. Welcome to the realms of 3D printing. Welcome to your doom. So, I think I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the basing situation. I really like these bases that I've done. Like, I've not magnetized anything. I'm literally... They're just sat on the tray at the minute for helping me store them and stuff. But play some Uranium Lake. I don't even know if any of that's actually online, mate. God. I actually have a CD of it, but leave them on the 20s, you say? I mean, the game's meant to be on 25s now, so I'm gonna have to do something. I have seen like conversion, like see how it's on like a base stand here on like a movement tray. So I've seen them where it's like FDM printed or it's been like wood printed. Put the 25 under the 20mm, yeah. So there's a couple of solutions people have come up with. One of them is this like slightly larger tray where you can like slot these into, and then it'll have like a rim around it. Yeah, and then that'll make it up to 25mm for the purposes of the movement tray. And then I've seen somewhere it's like a little clip-on It's like a little square additional thing that you'll clip on. So the models will gain some height, but it'll gain some width as well with the clip on. Or I could just print some more fucking bases and stop, you know, whinging about it and just get some more stuff. It's just unfortunate because I've used a load of, like, you know, cactus bits and sand and grit to make these look alright, you know. Maybe I can get a knife and, like, cut all of this off. I don't know if that's possible, but I can maybe, like, just trim that top bit off all the way around and then just stick it to a new one. That might be a way to do it. I'd probably print those, like, conversion things. That'll probably make my life easier. So let's get into it. We're going to start cracking on here. I just sort of like want to warm up a little bit because I actually haven't painted for like a week. I've kind of had like a big break off painting during the holidays, which has been nice. You know, everybody needs a break. I have done some building and a little bit of like conversion-y bits, but nothing too strenuous. And I've got a couple of commissions on for this month that need to be, I need to get a move on with those now. Right, so what I'm going to do is going to get some Abaddon Black. And I'm going to get a minging brush. Well, not quite a minging brush, but an older brush. Get that. I'm going to get a couple of different paints down on the palette as well. So what colour I used was Ushapti Bone for the bone tone. I then got the Abaddon Black quite watered down, and we've just sort of stippled it on top. We could dry brush it in theory, but I think it would leave like the effect that I don't want. I think I want it to look more textured, which is where I think the stippling comes in. Stippling is actually just like tapping, so there's going to be a lot of attacking the model like this today, which is all good. Oh, lovely jubbly. And hello if you're joining us on YouTube's or if you're joining us on Twitch. We are live on both at the minute. Just get that up there. Make sure we've got the mod view open. There we go. Beautiful. So let's get this underway. So I'm going to get some Abaddon Black out here. I think it's going to freak out a lot of like people who've painted undead before because it's just way off base for what they're used to. Got some very dried out Morghast bone. I do need to find my Ushapti bone. I think I've tucked it away under here somewhere. Screaming Skull, might use that a little bit later. Kislev flesh. Excuse me while I have a little dig around my desk. What's that? That's an air paint of Ushapti bone. Okay, that'll do for now. I do have a normal version somewhere. Not a lot of paint left in this Ushapti bone. See if I can pour it out onto the palette. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, cool. So that's like a nice mottled colour. It does look quite pale actually, this. So that's interesting. We got that. I'm going to just mix a little bit of the Ushapti bone in with the black. Okay, so this isn't complete black yet. This is a grey tone. And if we just stipple it up nicely, we'll get a bit of variation therefore. And I want all of the insides of joints, insides of things to all be maintaining that bone tone. Because when you looked at like the mummified remains, all of the stuff that's closest, that's not exposed to the air, or it's not exposed to anything like rock or other elements, it sort of maintains the original sort of bone colour. I think that's going to how we're... It's like a reverse highlighting. If anybody's painted...
Release the Kraken!
Hey! Ravendelve and Syncmaster, tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, bro. Happy New Year. How are you, Syncmaster? Coming in with the tier 1 sub. Thanks, babes. How the hell are you this fine afternoon? I'm just going to full on do like a process here, chat. So we're just going to get into it. If you want to, you know, chill out with me this afternoon, you're more than welcome to do so. I'm just going to be chatting away about the old world, painting up these skelly bros. I think I'm going to have probably another 20 skeletons to do after this. I think what I'm going to need to do is add to this unit. Not too bad. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm good. Really, really good. I've literally just wolfed down a massive bowl of pasta. Because me and the missus are like doing a bit of intermittent fasting again at the minute. So we found out that wife's got gestational diabetes. Just to let the world know. And so she's got basically to control her sugars now, and we've got to be a bit more careful. So I thought I would try and do the fasting bit with her as best I can. I usually get really hungry in the morning, so it's been quite a difficult start to the day. While Anju tends to not really be a breakfast person, she gets really hungry around lunchtime. But basically she's now got to do those insulin tests like 4 times a day now and record the results so they can track what's going on. And she's had a conversation with the dietitian today as well, so just sort of said you need to have this much, you know, you can only have this much like carbs in a portion. You know, when you're having your dinner, you can only have like a handful of rice or a handful of pasta at a time. And the majority of the meal's got to be proteins and veg, like high fiber veg, which is kind of like, because when we found out about it, about a week went past between that conversation, and I did a lot of research into it. That's kind of like what I'm quite interested in, nutrition stuff. And yeah, so that's what they were saying, is go for like more complex foods over anything. So like anything that's going to take a bit of digestion. So brassic vegetables, like your broccolis, your cabbage, anything that takes a little bit of digesting to do. You know, like carrots and stuff like that, I've got quite a bit of sugar in them. So try to avoid stuff like that, but you can still have some, so you just have to lower the portion size of those, essentially. But the reducing the carbohydrate portion in the meal itself was the new one for me, because like we've switched to brown pasta. Like I hate brown pasta usually, like I don't really like the taste of it, but we've swapped to that, so that's what I've had today. So I'm going to try and go along. Obviously, I don't need to do the insulin test, but I'm going to try and do the diet with her anyway, and hopefully that helps me lose a bit of weight as well. We've all put on a fair bit of poundage, so I'm having a bit of a fitness kick. Start to the new year, of course. To be fair, I was in a pretty good rhythm with my fitness before Christmas. I was working out 3 times a week, but I wasn't really losing much weight because what I was eating portion size wise was quite large, so I was still eating quite large portions. So I'm going to try my best to sort of cut that down as well. Anyway, she's not going to feel quite as bad about it, and I'm not going to like eat donuts and stuff in her face in a nutshell. I need to remember to paint on camera, so apologies for that. I'm getting back into the zone with this. I've had like a week and a bit off streams. I want a little bit of blue tack or something. Do I have any blue tack? I swear I've got some somewhere. Digging around in this bloody drawer. There's the blue tack paper, but with no blue tack in it. God damn it. Never mind. Wait. Esme! Welcome in, welcome in. How the hell are you? Happy New Year to you all. Thank you so much for raiding, Esme. Like, what a New Year's boost. Welcome in. Hello. Esme brought us here. Welcome, welcome.
Release the Kraken.
Happy New Year's. Hey, Merlin. Hey, Fireforge. Thank you for following me, the wolf. What's happening? What's happening on this Whip Wednesday? I'm painting up some Skelly Bros right now. Some Skelly Tomb Kings. I'm doing them in a bit of an alternate sort of style. With like this mummified sort of look.
Release the Kraken.
Fireforge Minis, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. This is kind of like how they're going to look. With a little bit of green. I didn't know if I was going to be sold on the green glow on this, but like I think it kind of makes sense, you know? This is a tomb giant that I've painted. There's a little bit of corrections here and there to do still. I've just noticed that there's a big bit of bloody... I could probably pull that off, to be fair. Hello there. General Merlin, how are you? Random username, welcome in. Esme, once again, thank you so much. Let's just get a quick shout out for Esme.
Release the Kraken.
There we go. Thank you for the follow, Joe Ryder. Wow, everybody's showing some love today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. It means a lot. First stream of the new year to me today. It's going to be a good one. I'm so excited for this year, man. Like, it's going to be crazy.
Release the Kraken.
Put the whip up and dizzy. Thank you so much. Let's have a little look at that. Welcome. Thank you for the follow, Tafco. Let's open up Disco. Anybody else wants to jump in with Discord? We do a little Whip Wednesday, so every Wednesday you're more than welcome to show off whatever you're working on, and we happily will bring it up for you to look at. Let me try and remember where this is. Discord. Don't crash. There we go. I'm a bit worried about things crashing today for some reason. Oh, look at this. It's a wood elf. It's a wood elf. I'm guessing Esme's going to be cracking on with some wood elves this afternoon. Amazing. Your New Year's new army. New Year's of back out the... Well, the back out the box. Beautiful. You've got the old school forest dragon and everything. Absolute top notch. Welcome in, Void Raven. How you doing? Good to hear, Merlin. You had a cracking New Year's. I'm loving this. I'm really loving this. I mean, I like the fletchings of like the autumnal colours as well. Are you going to bring the autumnal colours into like this sort of crotch bit of what would you call them? Leaf litter. It's like a tabard bit, isn't it? Like a leaf litter tabard. Okay, that's fur, right? It's a reddish. Yeah, it's a nice reddish brown. Tie it all in. I love it. Count the days to your first Warhammer set is delivered. Lovely jubbly. And we've got a cheeky little frog here, look. A cheeky little frog at the bottom. Love it. There's loads of detail on this. So much detail. Murrican. Hey, Nalan, how you doing? Look at the long fingers. I can't quite see. I think what I'm gonna have to do is pull it up in the browser and pull the browser up. I haven't got anything ready to go at the minute. Seems like for some reason all like my scenes and stuff have all disappeared. Okay. Why is that so far over? There we go. We've got more fingers here. Hey, Gray, how's it going? Happy New Year, brother. On the little blue thing. Okay, that makes more sense now. I'm like looking at the... I'm like trying to find these fingers. I'm so bad with using this like zoom in function on it here. I'm sorry, Jack. I love this little lizard though at the bottom. Let's get back out of this and we'll bring Esme's thingy back up. So we can have a look at the weird toad dude. I tell you what I need, chat, is one of those Stream Deck things. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Oh yeah. Like, they are very long, groping fingers from that lizard. I wonder how far it's up that log that's there. Interesting. Thanks for the advice yesterday, Raven. Void Raven, always welcome, mate. Ask away. Taff Co, welcome in. Happy New Year's, brother. New year, new stream. These are them, the fondling fingers right there. Love it, love it, love it. I want to see more pictures of your wood elves, though. I'm super excited. Anybody else in the chat right now who's on the old world train with me, bring it on. Let's go. I want to see some whips in the chat. I want to see some old world designs. I want to see some ideas. Even if you're cracking out a box that's been sat in your garage or your attic for a couple of years, you know, you got fed up at 8th edition and then you're like, rah, fuck this. Chucked all your old blooming vampire counts up into your mum's attic. Get round to there. Get them out. Let's start seeing some old school models. I want to see some paint on them. That's where I'm at. 2024 is the year of the old world. There's no school like the old school. It's been awesome for you. I hope it's been awesome for you so far. Yeah, it's been a good one. It's been a mixed bag, honestly, Gray. I mean, I've had a great little time off. I've had a great little like sort of week and a half off, like streaming and stuff. But printing's been really busy, which is obviously a good thing. And we've got a lot to do in the house. A lot to do around the house, right? Baby's due in March. Like end of March, probably. So we've essentially just been going around the house, gutting everything. So like any old stuff is just getting binned, is just getting sent to the tip. We emptied out the attic. We put a load of stuff up in the attic. I'm doing up my ensuite bathroom at the minute, so my mate came round and helped me out with that. Printer's going brrr. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Need to run to the supermarket. No worries, see you in a bit. Kid, thank you so much once again, Esme. Big shout out to you. Lots of love. If you're not already following Esme, and I'm sure you all already are following Esme, but if you're not, please drop her a follow. Absolute legend of a streamer. So much fun to watch. Absolute pleasure to watch. We need to do a shout out for Grey TV in chat as well. He's also a streamer. He streams, I think you stream about 3 or 4 times a week at the minute, don't you? Doing his Space Wolves. Are you going to get into some old world as well, brother? We'll chuck out a... Whoa. I think all that just fell off behind me. That's great. Why Why now? Are you averaging 5 or 6 these days? Cracky bollocks. Well, let's go fix those lights because they've all just fallen off. Which is fantastic. I even super glued these. Right. Just give me a second. It's all... They've got these magnetic strips, but they just aren't very good. Clearly, because they just randomly fucking fall off on us. I even like super glued some of them to the wall, but oh man, that scared the shit out of me when they fell down then. Oh my god. Old World ain't for me, but the nostalgia ain't there. Ah, mate, when we start getting into it, the rules are so good, man. From what I've seen, like, I know it's different because, like, I've always been into Warhammer Fantasy. You know, I played 5th edition, I played 7th edition, I played a bit of 6th edition, and I played a reasonable amount of 8th edition, but 8th edition just wasn't quite doing it, you know? So usually when I played 7th or 6th edition with my mates, but I did actually do some tournaments in the 8th edition. My main army was Bretonians and I always got slammed. So I lost a lot of games of the Bretonians, but they were not very good in 8th edition. And it looks like they've brought cavalry back and they've rebalanced everything. And magic is no longer the absolutely ridiculous craziness that it was in 8th edition. Because, like, literally in 8th edition, you know, you'd be trying to have, like, the magic, it used to be like the magic phase, you know, charge phase, movement phase, magic phase. And you'd be vying off against your opponent to try and get, like, I did really like the sort of like trying to bait out your opponent's dispel dice pool. Like, I do enjoy that aspect, but I don't think 8th did it that well because you could like load up and like throw 6 dice at the purple sun and hope for a miscast. Because the miscast, yeah, it could drag you into the warp, but generally it wasn't going to do that. So you'd be like throwing as many dice as you could, trying to get off the biggest spell you possibly could, and that spell would have like an absolutely game-changing impact. Like, I've had it before where I've tried to cast something when I was playing vampire counts. My wizard dies because I rolled a double 1 and then a 1. So double 1 on the miscast, and then rolled a 1. So dimensional cascade. My wizard gets sucked into the warp, and half the unit goes along with it, right? And then my whole army just crumbled from there. So I was like lost the game from like turn 1. So that's the sort of shit that used to have in 8th edition.
Hello there.
Hello there, Beards. Welcome in, my dear. And from that, going into this, I've watched all of the battle reports. I've literally watched every single battle report that's come out that I've found. So I've watched Mini Wargaming, Mountain Miniatures, I've watched the Tabletop Tactics, I've watched the official one, I've watched the SM Battle Reports one, and that's it so far that I've seen. But yeah, I've absolutely just been creaming battle reports, just trying to cram as much information as I possibly can into the new game. And from what I can see, is Magic looks very much like how it is in the new 40k, but better. So you're rolling 2d6 plus your casting value, so your wizard level. So wizard level 1, 2, 3, or 4, whatever. And then your opponent can try and dispel it every time, pretty much. Even if you don't have a wizard, you can attempt to do what's called a fated dispel, but you don't get any bonuses. But even if you dispel with a wizard and you roll a double 1 on the dispel, you can actually miscast the dispel. So there's some like pros and cons. You don't want to try to maybe dispel everything because you might roll that miscast and screw yourself over. So yeah, there's going to be a game within a game there, but it's going to be like strategy phase, the start of the turn, strategy phase. Okay, I'm going to cast what was it called, the Cursed Blade spell for Tomb Kings, which gives them like reroll ones to hit. Okay, so it's not like crazy, but it's going to have an impact in the following combat because, let's face it, skeletons are shit, right? Excuse me. So yeah, it's going to have a pretty interesting effect on that. But your enemy wizard has to be within range for them to actually try to do a dispel with their wizard level as well. So that'll be like strategy phase. There'll be spells that go off in the movement phase. There'll be spells that are going off in the combat phase, and there's spells that'll be going off in the shooting phase. All of them will have different effects. They'll all have different things that they can do. It's going to be awesome, man. Like, I love it. How there, Scatman? Well, like, 8th edition, 7th edition, and pretty much all the editions, really, you generate, like, a dice pool based on your wizard level. Like, 6th edition, let's say, you'd go, okay, you get 2 dice for turning up. You then get +1 dice per wizard level. So let's say I've got 2 level 2s, I'll have 4 dice, so I'll have 6 total, right? Your opponent then gets 2 for showing up, and then half of his wizard level rounded up. So if he's got, again, a level 4, he'll get 2 dispel dice, so it'll be 4 against 2. And then you're going to pick your spells. But 6th edition used to go like, right, I'm a level 4 wizard, I can only throw 4 dice maximum at spell. So it was kind of like balanced like that. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you guys, but this is my bread and butter. Like, I grew up playing Warhammer Fantasy. I've been waiting for this moment for about 15 years. Like, super excited. What's happening, Scat? How's you this fine afternoon? What's going to happen, though, is I reckon Gray's going to be sitting on the fence for a bit, and then he's going to see something, and then he's going to get himself into it. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. Or I'm going to invite him over to Cheshire, and then I'll give him a game, and then I'll change his mind. Got a banging headache? Oh, mate. Oh, bless you, child. What have you been doing? Have you been drinking again? You've been out all weekend? What's going on? Hello, DC's in the chat. Nah, what's up with you? You got man flu? Oh no. Well, hopefully, whatever it is, you hadn't spread to everybody, because literally saw Scat the weekend. Scat's my cousin. Scatman's my cousin. Got to see him on Sunday. Went for a nice meal. Nice little pub outing. Yeah, it sucks. Touch wood, I've actually looked out quite considerably on illnesses this over the last few months. I don't want to jinx it. I'm just going to touch wood. I need to be careful with that because I don't want to get ill, and therefore chance getting my wife ill. But would you rather us be in Twitch or YouTube? Whatever's your preference, mate. Whatever's your preference. I've got YouTube open. So, I mean, YouTube is mainly there for, the VOD. So, once the Twitch stream has finished, it's up on YouTube forevermore, right? And it'd be eventually, I would like to do some exclusive streams on YouTube only. I think I will end up doing that at a few points with particular things, just as the channel grows. So that's one of my 2024 things, chat, is to really push YouTube this year. I already made a great start on it the end of 2023. Like I'm on top of my content right now, right? I've got one in the bank, so I'm going to do it as one video releases, one video goes up for members only, and then swap. So like the following week, the members only video releases to the public, and then another members only. But the trouble is, I've got a lot of ideas, and sometimes I might go, right, let's get 2 videos out this week, you know? So I might just spontaneously erupt with a couple of videos. So Twitch Live, YouTube. Yeah, so Twitch VODs stay there for like a month and then they disappear, while YouTube videos stay forever. YouTube's for life, Twitch is for the weekend. And to be fair, I might just turn VODs off on Twitch, just to encourage people to jump over onto YouTube if they want to. We've got plans, chat. I have the wife's COVID at 36 weeks. Oh my God, mate. Oh, Don, I bet you were absolutely shitting bricks while that was going on, mate. And, you know, my heart goes with you for that. Like, honestly, I feel like, I'm going to be real with you all. Like, me and my wife's first pregnancy, I feel like we lost the baby to COVID. You know, because we got COVID, and then, you know, it happened. So it is what it is.
Release the Kraken.
It sucks, man. Welcome in, Biker Scout. Welcome in. But yes, on to happier times. COVID sucks and can get in the bin. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to the Old World Fest. New Year's, out with the new, in with the old. Let's get cracking on some Skelly Bros, my boys. Have a good one. No worries, Don. I'll catch you in a bit, dude. I'll be streaming till about 4 o'clock. You want to grab yourself a brush? But I know you're working, mate. No worries. And I really appreciate you stopping by, dude. Really appreciate you stopping by. See you soon, man. Catch it in a bizzle. Here we go. So at the minute, chat, I'm in batch painty sort of chatty on mode. How I'm going to do it with the Tomb Kings is I'm going to stop myself burning out. I'm going to paint up a unit, and then I'm going to treat myself to a character. It's going to be a great time. So I'll be like, hey, Postwork Guy, welcome in. Happy New Year, brother. Welcome. Yeah, so I'm going to do this unit of 20 spearmen. And this is the thing. This is definitely not, you know, to like display painting level by any means. This is me cracking on, trying to come up with something unique, something fast, something that I can make look quite cool. I want people to look at the army and like take a second look, you know? So it's not going to be, I'm not doing like a contrast sort of dry brush. I'm doing something a bit different, texture, all about texture, so that people will go, oh, what is that? You know? But it's not the most painted up thing I've ever done, right? I am going to put a lot more effort into like the characters. So I'm going to take my time on the characters a little bit. I'm going to paint those up on stream for you guys. I'm also going to do some YouTube videos on them as well. So stay tuned for those. But yeah, plenty of painting to do in this new year. Mate, it's looking so cool. Like, this is the outcome. Right? Proper like mottled. What I am going to do, this was a test piece. So I am going to add more red. I've decided I'm going to like maybe get some red washes in there. Maybe a little bit of oxidation, right? That's the word, because that's the word of the day, chat. Oxidation. Because the bones start going red after a while. Scatman, what's happened there? Oh, that's a membership. Scatman throwing out the membership in YouTube. Welcome in, brother. Welcome to the party, pal. So like I was saying, like members on YouTube, it's cheaper than Twitch, and you get more perks, right? You're gonna get early access to videos. You're gonna get voting and poll rights on things. You're gonna get shout outs in my YouTube videos. So there's a lot of stuff. And then I think I also want to do some exclusive sort of YouTube only streams as well, which will be for Twitch members, for YouTube members and Twitch subscribers if I can do it. I think there is a way of doing it so that Twitch subscribers also get the opportunity to jump in on those private streams. And in those streams, what I want to do is focus on a skill. So it's going to be all about skills. So what we'll do is I'll do one of those a month, and the members will go, right, we're going to vote on this week's going to be dry brushing, or this week's going to be glazing, or this week's going to be stippling, or whatever it's going to be, right? OSL. And I'm essentially just going to take the length of the stream to teach you guys that technique. And I feel like that's going to be a lot of fun. I think everybody's going to learn something. Well, that's going to be available to some Twitch, so Twitch subscribers and YouTube members. I think that'll be some good fun to do. I've still got to like work out what's going on with like what I'm going to do for what tier and stuff like that for YouTube, because there's like a couple of different tiers. I've put them up at the minute, and I've put like the private live streams for like the highest tier of YouTube membership, but I may just adjust that, make it a bit more. I want to make it more accessible for people. Either way, like the streamer gets more bang for the buck than you do on Twitch, if that makes sense. I think you get 50% of revenue on YouTube, while on Twitch you get about 30 after tax and shit. Unless you're a partner. Shout out your name. Hello, Scatman. Welcome, Scatman, the newest member to YouTube. Welcome. Welcome to the party. Yeah, so like when I do my videos now, Scat, what I'll do is I'll put the current members up in like the end credits or at the beginning of the video. To be honest, it might be at the beginning of the video, just like quickly shout everybody out. That might be the way to do it. And of course, every month I do a subscriber giveaway. So subscribers and members will be in with a giveaway. And it's going to be an old world giveaway. So I've got tons and tons and tons and tons of 3D files. Or it could be a painted miniature. I usually decide on the last week, depending on what I've got on. If I've got a lot of commission work on or whatever, I'm slammed, then it's likely to be a print rather than a painted piece. But I have given away many a painted piece over the years to peeps. Is there a free way to get Raven Guard Index? What I would do is just have a little look. Well, if you use an app called Battle Scribe, so this is going to throw you a curveball, Void Raven. On your phone, if you download an app called Battle Scribe, it's a free army building software. And it does take a little bit of getting used to, so what I'd suggest is watching some YouTube videos on how to use Battle Scribe, right? But Battle Scribe generally has all of the rules for the army that you're using. Okay? So a lot of people will be using Battle Scribe only, but to be fair, it does miss some things. It's not like it's perfect. If not, you know, you could try and download the index or something. There might be somebody who's put a cheeky bit up for you. Found the vids, no worries. Be right back, got a meeting. Alright, thanks for the lit, mate. Appreciate it. I'm going to do these in like phases. So I've done 5 to this point. I just need to add the black now to those others. So I've started adding the black to this one. And this is sort of like how I go about doing a batch paint. Because a lot of you are doing old world stuff. If you're not doing old world stuff, you'll be doing something else like Warhammer, whatever. You're going to need to batch paint, right? This is kind of how I like to do it so I don't drive myself mad. And it's literally, I'll pick up 5, do the bit that I need to do on the batch paint, put the 5 down, go on to the next one, and just sort of work my way through the unit. So everything will be a different stage of completion as I go through, but it'll mean that I'm not just sort of bored of painting the same bit over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? All right, so let's do those others. So we've done him now. So he's got bits of black. Like I say, it doesn't have to be perfect by any means, by any standard. I want it to look different. I want it to look gritty. I'm just going to take this black now, mix it in with the mix that we've got. So it's not pure black. I'm just going to try and catch sort of the outer areas. Hello, Quill. How are you, my dear? Long time no see on the streams. Welcome in, brother. All right, sexy. I thought you were going to go, all right, Ducky. How's it going, Ducky? It's been an age of man since I last heard your voice. Smelled your smell. I miss your scent. Miss your musk. No one in Lancashire says Ducky. Who says Ducky then? Is it Yorkshire? In Lancashire? Are you off today then? What's going on? You're not in the office? Northeast? Oh. I love all the random regional crazy dialects that we have in this country. It's just wild, like the variation of everything. Like around me in Cheshire, we say mate a lot, and we say love. So like if you go into a petrol station and there's a lady serving you, there's a chance that they'll go, all right, love, that'll be £20, love, like that. If it's a bloke, they'll probably be like, you okay, mate? Think I'm going to focus on my Empire and High Elves? Yeah, boy. Get them Empire painted up first though, brother. I watched a battle report, that SN battle report one that you linked me with the High Elves, and even though the High Elves were off to a bad start, they came back. They came back strong. You know, they're pretty fucking powerful just because they tend to hit before other people. They've got very high leadership. Yeah, they're not great at attrition. I think attrition is the big one for High Elves. So they've kind of got to hit hard, and they've got to hit in the right places and try and really sort of disable your opponent's ability to hurt you. And go from there, essentially. There we go, chat. That's one mummified corpse. So we've got 2 up to that same point. You haven't seen the SM Battle Reports one? Yeah, it was good. It was good. I have to say, like, think they're nice guys, but I just didn't quite enjoy their sort of style of battle report compared to like mini wargaming, tabletop tactics. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed like what went on and everything. It was a good battle report, but it wasn't quite my cup of tea. I'll definitely watch a few more and get a better sort of read on it. But I felt like the other guys definitely had more of an understanding. The tabletop tactics ones, like Beard and Spider, didn't fucking know what was going on half the time. But they sort of prefaced that and was like, we don't know what we're doing. This is our first game. We've read the rules, but but luckily for them, Chef was next to them. So Chef is like another one of the members of Tabletop Tactics. And he is like the rules guy, right? He's the rules god. And he's obviously gone away and he's like studied the shit out of it. So any sort of mistakes that were made, Chef just sort of said, right, it's this, this needs this, it's this next, or whatever, just sort of pushed them along a little bit. While I felt like the SM Battle Reports one, they were sort of muddling through, they were sort of just muddling their way through the game a little bit. But, towards turn 3, they were a bit more familiar. They knew what they were doing. They were cracking on a lot more. So I bet like the next one will be a much better game to watch. It is a bit of a complex game, so yeah, I'm not going to hold it against them by any means. And I know full well that first time I play the bloody game, it's going to be checking this and checking that. It's like, my turn at 28 battle reports, there's a lot of checking rules, there's a lot of this, even in the tournament games, Loving this decaying flesh, mate. Yeah, glad you kept it, mate. I'm loving it too, dude. I think it looks really cool. I'll show you the bone giant again. I just snapped him off his base accidentally. I threw him on, I don't know what. I'm an absolute prat, but here he is. So this is the big boy, the big bone boy. So see at the top here, I've got more red in there. So I think the plan is get the bone colour down. Oh yeah, it's repairable. He's just had his toe chipped off, look. Giants are on 50 mils, so I can literally just glue him back in there like that. Maybe put a bit of sand down to disguise it a little bit. I've got some pigment powders. I might just put a bit. I don't think I've applied pigment powders to this yet. I put a bit of red pigment here, but I've got some sand pigment powder, so I might just pop that down and then just disguise that a little bit. You watched me paint the giant? Yeah, boy. I loved painting this guy, man. He was so much fun to paint. I've got 2 more giant files to do, which I'm going to do. I'm going to do every one of them. So I've got the great weapon giant, I've got the 2-handed blender giant, and I've got the bow giant. So I think what I'll end up using the most will probably be the blender giant. But we'll have to see, because I've got a funny feeling that this edition, monstrous characters, so characters riding monstrous creatures, are going to be the balls. They're going to be absolutely shitting on people. I think they're going to be the one to watch out for. Alright, so I was watching the Squarebase podcast literally while I was prepping for this, sorting out my prints and whatnot. And, nobody knows much yet, obviously. Nobody knows what the meta is going to be like. But they were looking at, the structure of the points. So, everything being... Okay, normally you'd have a 2,000 points game, right? 40k, you'd both be like, okay, 2,000 points is the go-to points level. Getting excited about High Elves now with a few Dragon Phoenixes running around. There you go, mate. I think they might be a top tier army just because of that. They have access to a lot of really strong, monstrous characters. Like the Phoenixes have always been good. You know, I've been quite interested to see what they've done with them in this edition, because they used to get buffs on the Winds of Magic. So like you roll your Winds of Magic, and depending on what you roll, they then get like +1 ward save, +1 initiative, whatever. Elite and specialized is your preference. Hell yeah. Yeah, this is my first sort of horde army per se, and Tomb Kings aren't really a horde army by definition. I think they're more of an elite undead force, but I think you could probably go quite horde with them if you wanted to. You know, I could go very much infantry heavy. Lots of archers, lots of like normal skelly bros, and you know what, they probably do all right just because they grind you out. Lots of level 2 wizards. You like spam level 2 wizards in each unit so you can keep resurrecting shit. That'd be quite interesting to see. Go for the BSB as well. The BSB stops crumble. That'd be quite a strong... I don't know, I think that'd be quite fun as well. I think that'd be quite a fun thing to put on the table because it's very thematic. But I definitely think Tomb Kings are more of an elite undead force when you compare them to vampire counts. Because vampire counts are more about... I mean, who knows in this edition, but in 8th edition, 7th edition, they were more like... you have a bus of zombies that you keep raising up dead, because they could raise new undead units with the raise dead spells, you know? You'd have a couple of elite stuff. You know, they did have some strong elite stuff, like Blood Knights, a couple of cool monstrous creatures, Terrorgeists, that sort of stuff. Vargulf. But like their core was very like weak but very spammy, so you'd have a lot of skeleton warriors kicking about, not zombies. Very much rely on the magic as well. Again, I think Tomb Kings are more of a shooty army as well. Tomb Kings were very shooty in previous editions. In this edition, I think there's going to be some interesting builds. So I'm quite excited to try and have a little play with that, because I've got printed. I've got these guys. So these are Ushapti. I think I've snapped an arrow off. I knew something had snapped off before. I've snapped his arrow off. Blimmin' heck. You'll be in the box somewhere. If not, I'll have to like try and make one out of green stuff. But here's the Ushapti bows. I actually really want to do a melee unit and have like a big block of melee guys. But the bows are looking pretty spicy. So they have something, the rule is arrows of Asaph, or arrows of Asaph. And it's a rule that they've had for a while. Basically, Tomb Kings always hit on their ballistic skill value. They ignore modifiers. So like your skeleton bowmen are 5s to hit regardless if they've moved, if they're over half range. Large targets, skirmishers, they're always hitting on 5s, right? But the Ushapti have got ballistic skill 3. So these guys are always hitting on 4s. Like, regardless of what spells you put on them, regardless of what buffs you've got going, they're always hitting on 4s, which is massive, because these are strength 6 bows. And they do 2 damage with, I think they've got Armor Bane 2 as well. There's AP 1, Armor Bane 2. So if you get a 6 to wound, minus an additional 2 armor. So these are, this is a unit, right? These 3 guys are going to be monster hunting for me. These are the ones that are going to be shooting down the Pegasus Knights, the dragons. You know, they're going to be filling them full of giant arrows. And I can't wait. That sounds so cool. I don't think I'll go more than 3 in the unit, because I think that might be a bit cheesy. But I reckon they're going to be a pretty strong unit going forwards. So really keen for them. The Shafty look really cool, man. I'm really excited to paint the Shafty as well. They're going to be a lot of fun to paint. I'm kind of thinking like how I want to paint them. Since I've got a very like black sort of mottled undead look, do I just keep that theme running through them as well? Or do I go for like, okay, the crocodile guy's going to be like a crocodile skin tone. The bird guy's going to have some colour on him. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go with that yet. So with this stippling chat, this is a number 2 brush. I've actually used this brush a lot. You've seen this brush on camera a lot. But I'm just letting the bristles sort of spread out a bit. I'm not washing the brush as much as I would normally. I'm just letting things just go a bit messy. So you look at the brush tip there, it's all a bit knackered, right? Honestly, I think the theme is pretty unique. Most will just skeleton contract and wash brown, so keep it up, yeah? Alright, mate. The other thing I was thinking about was maybe like playing on the green a bit. So you see how I've done like the green glow in the eyes? So I'm working with a trifecta. So there's a touch of green on the base, right? There's green scarab. There's a green scarab here. There's a green gem here, and then there's green in the eyes. Yeah? That's my trifecta of that colour, because it looks a bit like it stands out, you know? And it's adding a nice bit of pop, a bit of colour to it. But I'm thinking of really leaning into this green glow a little bit more, and perhaps have a little bit of green leaking out of like the underside of rib cages and shit like that. Keep green through it is effective, contrast nicely with the magenta. Yes, mate, that's what I was thinking. But mate, we're on the same page, me and you. Good to have you back, Quill, honest to God. Good to have you back, Mum. So how can you attend today's day stream anyway, dude? What's the story? You're not in work today? Are you working from home today? Thanks, love. You're alright, mate. You're alright, mate. Right, that's those 5 all done with the sort of blackened, mummified look now. So if we compare the two, working from home today, excellent stuff, my dude. So if we have a look at these two here, I mean, you know, there might be a few bits I might have missed, but it's not the end of the world at all. It just means that that bit might have been more buried in sand than other bits, you know? What I want to do is get some red in there, because a little touch of that red is going to give me that oxidized sort of bone look that I'm going for. So to that end, I'm going to grab some corn red and I'm going to water it down. I'm going to be quite controlled on this, because if I put too much red here, we're going to ruin that nice sort of bone and black effect that we've done thus far. So just get a pinch. I've literally just took a pinch of corn red, watered it down, and got myself a nice little glaze. I might just water that down even further, so that's an even more runny glaze here. And then we're just going to start bringing this in. Just sort of maybe kind of randomly, you know, just add in a little bit of red. I don't want it to sit too much. It's got to sort of blend in a little bit. I can do it every now and then. Our team has collapsed. Should be at a minimum of 8. But there's currently just me and 2 on long-term sick. Jeez Louise. So it's a mad one for you guys at the minute. Bless you. Well, hopefully they're not working you too hard, my dude, because, you know, don't burn yourself out and all that. Probably why you're here on Twitch with us. Okay, taking 2 minutes out of your day. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Pushing a lot of work back, yeah. Somebody else deal with it. Hey, come on, guy. So what are you most excited about High Elves about, dude? Because like I'm getting that, you know, White Lions are my favourite. Out of all of the sort of elf units, I used to really love Corsairs and White Lions. So Corsairs from Dark Elves, because I love like the dual blades. I love the Sea Dragon cloaks. I had 2 units of Corsairs in my old Dark Elf army before I sold it. And I kind of regret selling it now. But like, I think I was trying to buy something else at the time, so I had to sell that to make space for the new one. But White Lions were always the one for me. If I were to do a High Elf force, I would be, you know, as many White Lion chariots, as many White Lion units, as many White Lion characters. I'd fully go down that sort of theme, you know. I do love a good theme. Right. I also really like those sky chariots as well. Do you remember when they came out? There was like a chariot pulled by an eagle, and it had like a ballista on it. I thought they were sick. Very cool unit. There we go. I've just added some of that red in a few places, you know. Nothing too much, just a bit more random. You know, I might come back and have a little play and just maybe add a little bit more to a couple of places. But I think it can't dominate. It's just got to be a little cheeky hint, right? Maybe pop a little bit more on his back here. Something like that. Get him a little test piece out. I always like to do that as well when starting a new unit, chat. Is always like to do a test piece. Have a look at how the scheme's going to come together, you know? Make sure we're on target. Everything's vibing well. Well, something I'm definitely going to put more into my painting this year is I'm going to be entering into some competitions. So my intention is to get down to SMC in October. Whether that'll happen or not is another kettle of fish, but I'll try my best. And I'm going to enter some competition pieces. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to enter just yet, but I'm going to have a think about it in February and start working towards picking out what I'm going to do. It's probably going to be a diorama or a bust rather than a single miniature, and I'm going to try and paint some busts throughout the year as well. That's going to be a plan, just to sort of bring something different into my painting program outside of commissions, outside of army projects, because this is an army project for me personally. Me too, been looking for STLs, and between a couple of creators I reckon I can put together a really clean and nice Kaeldor army. So dragon theme. Ooh. The initial draw in was several centerpiece models amongst an elite force. Tip top, mate, that sounds awesome. I love the sound of that. Love the sound of that already. Yeah, Kaeldor, like leaning into those cool themes. And honestly, I really think that Age of Sigmar missed a treat on that, because they brought out the Lumineth Realm Lords, and I don't know what the hell they were doing. Like, kangaroos and bulls What on earth is going on there? They already had some really strong themes that they could have put some effort into. Right? Why did they have to go kangaroos and bulls? If they did like a White Lions sort of theme or a dragon themed Lumineth Realm Lords force, I'd be all over it. You love the kangaroo riders. they're nice sculpts, don't get me wrong, they are nice sculpts, but like I think they missed a treat. They could have had lion riders or something like that, you know? That would have been sick. Like giant statue bulls, I don't know about that. Come on now. Yeah, Illyrian Reavers are sick as well. That what a unit, and they're going to be really good in this edition as well, because I think Fastcav have really got a place. It seems like every time I read about a new unit and I see the stats and I see what they do, because I'm trying to follow all of the different YouTube people at the minute. I've literally just been non-stop consuming any content I can get my hands on for Old World. And it's literally all the points reviews, any games that I've seen, you know, getting dead hyped about the next unit and the next unit, you know? Like I watched the Wood Elves one before and I was like, straight away, I want to collect Wood Elves now. And I love that, because that's kind of the feeling that I used to have with fantasy. It's that level of excitement where everything wants you to play the game. Like everything that you read is like, oh, that's cool. And I remember that as a kid, because it was like you'd read the codex, you know, you'd read the Skaven book and it'd be like, oh, the Skaven clans, if they came together, they take over the world. And you get super hyped behind the Skaven and you get really excited, yeah, we can conquer the world. And then you'd read the Goblins book or whatever, you know, Orcs and Goblins, and so you'd be jumping all over the place, but it's just great because you just got so immersed. Anyway, I've gone completely off topic. The Elysian Reavers, Fastcav, Cavalry are really good. Right now, they look really good in the battle reports I've seen. Because of step up, the step up mechanic. So cavalry can actually charge a big block of infantry, kill enough stuff that when they get to fight back against them, they won't have anybody on the front rank. So it limits the amount of attack they get back at them. Meaning that the charge is going to be so important. Well, in 8th edition, and I think in 7th edition as well, the step up mechanic wasn't there. So like if you charged a big brick of like 40 flipping high elf spearmen, you just get torn a new one. Outnumbering will be significant. Yeah, being able to maneuver. So like in Elysian Reavers on the flank as a fast carve, staying out of it, plinking, but then charging when you need that flank charge. Ooh la la. They're going to be so good. I think they can have spears and bows, right? So they're going to be really spicy. Spears are +1 strength and AP on the charge as well. Cavalry spears. Very nice. Oh man, there we go. We've got some red boys going on here. Everything's been touched with a little bit of love. We've only got 5 more chaps, 5 more handsome spearmen to get to the same sort of point as the rest of this squadron's at. But for the sake of you guys seeing something new, I'm going to start painting something different. So what I'll do next is start blocking in the red and then the gold. So I want to go for like a dark sort of magenta-y red, like a burgundy. Don't have any water up here. I might have to just quickly run to get a glass of water, chat, because I am parched. And my cup of tea's just ran out. So I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be like 2 minutes while I go get a glass of water. And we're back. Thank you everybody who stayed with us, and welcome any new people who've just joined. Today's Whit Wednesday. We're cracking on with my skeletons at the minute. This is my first block of 20 skeleton warriors. They are on 20mm bases, so I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. As we were saying before, I might buy some of those adapters. You can get like a little adapter. That might be really useful. Because it'll literally just be like something I can clip on. So that probably will be what I get. To save me having to rebase them again. And then for the second unit, I'll get some 25mm and do them properly. So next up, I think we're gonna paint up the standard bearer. To be honest, I'm fancying a little bit of something different. So I'm gonna paint the standard bearer to finish, I think. So what we've got to do, we've got to get there's little band bits round, like the bandages, round his ankles, round his waist. I think we may have missed one on this guy, actually, thinking about it. But there's a little bit more on this one. Maybe some leather in there as well, actually. Ooh, there's a little bit of leather. That'd be nice, a little bit of leather. Then there's gold. Then they've got the little headdress thing, where we're going to do a little bit of a magenta sort of colour. And then the standard itself, which is going to be it's going to be nicely coloured, actually. Movement trays with 20mm indents but space out to make 25. Yes, I think that is an option, random username. I have been looking at them. I think they are a good shout, because the movement trays I've got, I made them all for this size, right? So loads of my movement trays don't even fit right now. I've got a lot of movement trays. They're not going to be any good to me. So I might use them for my cav, because I've got a load of cav. I've got a load of skeleton horse archers. So I've got 2 units of 5 skeleton horse archers. I think I might do like a heavy cav as well for Tomb Kings. I've got 4 chariots at the minute. Yeah, 4 chariots and the king as well. So I've got a king on chariot. And I think I've got to build another chariot. No, I've got 2 more chariots to build, and then I can have a unit of 6 if I want to go down that route, which would be real fun. Right, let's crack on. I'm just going to quickly block in the black here. So all of the sort of wood bits I've done black with like grey highlighting. And I think that was just so it sort of contrasts with the brighter tones of the gold and the sand colour, and sort of gels with the actual like mummified bone look that I've gone for. Random username, you getting into Old World then yourself? Anybody in chat want to let me know what army you're going to be collecting? Good lord, just got a minute this week to do some painting. Why is OSL the goofiest thing to try to paint? Yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but you know you can practice it, and over time you'll get better at it, mate. If you're going to paint in OSL, do it with like lots of thinned glazes, or just use an airbrush. And I tell you what, if you use an airbrush, you'll get that done pretty quick. Mini Matties, welcome in, dude. Were you on the old lurkers, the group of lurkers? Let's give him a shout out. Give my boy a shout out. There he is. Just got back from lunch. Welcome back, brother. What did you have for your lunch? Ah. Well, this is where we're at the minute. I've got a block of 20 that I'm working on. And I'm doing this sort of blackened, mummified remains look. So red, black, and I'm sort of reverse highlighting with it. So it's been a lot of fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. I think it looks quite unique. It's definitely going to hopefully stand out as well. Yeah, mate, we're doing great. New year, new army, baby. So I heard on the grapevine that you're going to be Tomb Kings in as well. You're going to be one of my Kemric brothers. Maybe, he says. Post-wit guy trying to dry brush style, not terrible, but the amount of unfunk I had to do cost me more of my hairline than I care to admit. Oh no. I used to play old Warhammer Fantasy, so probably yes. Random username. Join us. Join us. It's just a great game. I was eyeing up Conquest for a bit, I'll be honest. But as Warhammer Fantasy was what got me into Warhammer in the first place. Like my first ever unit / model that I painted was a Bretonnian knight with my dad. Like when I was like 10, 12, something like that. So this was my gateway to this drug. So I will always come back to it, and I always have like continued to show interest in it, you know? Like I played 6th, 5th, well, I played 6th, 7th and 8th edition. I did dabble a little bit in 5th, but at the time I didn't really understand what the game was. So like I think I played it at a Games Workshop for the demo, and that was it for me. Need to talk to the people from Mini Hobby, see if you can set something up, yeah? Because I don't want to spend any money on a box. Yeah, we got models waiting for you. Well, you know, I can print you up an army pretty easily. But there are some nice new big boxes out and available if you want to do Team Kings or you want to do the Bretonnians. So they come with some really tasty new models. Like those new Bretonnian models, I thought you'd be all over that because they are gorgeous. The Pegasus Battle Standard Bearer is like chef's kiss. Like, wow. When that comes out as a separate, when it comes out separate, I'm probably going to buy it myself As I actually have a Bretonnian army as well that's 70% painted. I think I just need to do a Grail Knights unit and some mounted yeomen and a few bits. Thinking about doing some bat reps as well with Mufasa. Yes. Hell yeah, man. Bat reps are a lot of fun, dude. A lot of fun. I'll happily have you both on my channel as well. You know I do bat reps on the Squidzilla channel, so more than welcome to join me on those. Even if it's a tabletop simulator one at some point, because I'm sure there'll be a tabletop simulator. Pegasus Standard Bearer already in the pre-order too. I think he was as a separate, or I'm not entirely sure, but he did sell out like immediately. Or it might have been the on-foot one. The on-foot Tomb King one got sold out very, very quick. Which is a bit frustrating. Because I was actually... He was in my cart. I was about to check out with him. And then I got kicked out my checkout. Merlin, welcome back. How you doing, bro? It's coming back in like a shooting star. Yeah, so what I'm going to do this year, chat, is like, I am doing battle reports as well. So at the minute, I've got some Turnip 28 battle reports I've been editing. I've been putting a few up. I've got some in-person battle reports I'm going to do as well. And then what I'm going to do is probably invite people to come over and then record a game with me. Because recording takes like an entire day. You know, it is a lot of work. And then editing it afterwards. So for example, I am going to be inviting Merlin to join me at some point. And we're going to play a game of hopefully Warhammer Fantasy, if his dwarves are done in time. But obviously there's no, like, this is going to be like after my baby's born, so probably around like March, April, June onwards, like probably June onwards is when I'm going to get more guests to come over to get some battle reports recorded. Because I ain't got no time at the minute. This Tom is busy. I'm like literally as soon as the stream's finished, I've got to go and start working on the my bathroom again. One of my mates is going to come and join me and can try and help me get some plasterboard put up, and then we've got to get a shower fitted. The shower tray needs to be fitted, so that's going to be a big job. I've just got a couple of black library books from town and a pasty. Oh, you lucky duck. What pasty did you get? Was it a steak pasty? I don't know how many points you have, but well, it's less than you think. I'm looking at 20 dwarves and a gyro bomber, mate. If you can get 20 dwarves and a gyro bomber done, you know that's good going. Oh, steak bake, mate. Oh, that's some tasty pastry. We love our pastries in this country. Was it a Greg's? Was it a Greg's steak bake? Whoa. Greg's is my weakness. Oh, mate. Oh, that's so tempting. You rascal. Oh, man. Right, let's get some magenta on the go. We've got some dark magenta here from Pro Acryl. I want to create like a little bit of a burgundy sort of tone. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that corn red, have a little mixeroo. Get a nice little in-between going. And that's going to be the tone for these bits of cloth. And I'm going to be doing turquoise and sort of like this colour alternating on the banner as well. I've got the rule book and the Good Armies book hopefully on order from the LGS. Yes, lad. I got the Evil book and the cards and the rule book and the Tomb King specific book ordered. I do have a Bretonnian army, but the thing is I mained Bretonnian in 7th and 8th edition when I played that. So my Bretonnian army is going to be sat there. I mean, I will play games with them because they're like, you know, I can do a 1600 points game. Everything's fully painted, right? So for smaller games, I can easily just pick the Bretonians back up, but I haven't got the book for them. I couldn't afford to buy both books. By gum, no, because everything's really expensive. I already spent like 90 quid of money I don't really have to get the rules for these Tomb Kings, so we shall see. There's a lot to consume as well, right? A lot of rules to consume, a lot of reading to be done. Da, 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 da. For Karazankor. Have you like proper themed your force already? What I'm going to do next, I think we'll probably do the sort of bandages. Are you going to go for Carrack 8 Peaks? Nice. Like when the dwarf book comes out, because like each of the main factions are going to get like a specific faction book. There's going to be so many cool rules and lore in it, because those books are full of like unique stuff, and it's all about like theming your army, color schemes, unique stuff. So it'll be like, you know, Carrack 8 Peaks have got like this unique thing, or it'll be, oh, you can take an entire army of Slayers. That'd be very cool. And I cannot wait to see what they do with it, because that would be a lot of fun to play against as well. It's going to be 8th edition themed. I don't know how dwarves should look, but I mean, dwarves will look however you want, mate. Metallic colours, lots of golds, lots of silvers, and then for like any of the cloth, you know, you're going to go for nice looking stuff, really. I don't think there's anything too difficult to worry about there. You know, are you going to go for like a burgundy tone? Are you going to do a bit more colours? Like bright blues and whites? You know, you could go for like a cool clan theme. But like the staple's going to be all the metal, because like Iron Breakers, for example, they're all just metal and gold with the splash of colour here and there, right? So yeah, red and blue. Yeah, get the lore in where you can, that's it. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go with mine at the minute, with my Tomb Kings. My Bretonnians have kind of got a theme. So I went with if you remember the film Kingdom of Heaven with Orlando Bloom, I've painted my Bretonians as the Protectorate of Jerusalem. So they're like the army under the protection of Jerusalem in the film, commanded by the King of Jerusalem. So they're like a personal guard sort of thing, keeping the peace in Jerusalem. And they had like this really nice sort of pale blue with sort of yellow cross. And that's kind of what I went with the theme. So like desert bases and stuff with that blue and yellow. So they're already done. And for these guys, I'm going for like that magenta and sort of turquoise against this sort of black mummified bones look. So keeping some stuff quite in theme with like the normal Tomb Kings look. But I've always wanted to do that. Like, I've always looked at the Tomb Kings and be like, oh, it'd be cool to do them. And then never did. So I'm jumping on this opportunity. Probably going to do like a little YouTube video just sort of showcasing off what I've printed, where I've done it. So like, I got these files from here. This is how I'm going to do them. This is what I'm going to use as this. So I'll do that video probably next week, as I'm pretty strapped at the minute for time. But yeah, that'd be fun, like a complete breakdown, and then show everybody where I'm getting everything from. So if they wanted to use any of the units that I've got, then they can. Always good to help out the community. What do I need? I want to get some Rhinox hide and some Mornfang brown. Wait, and we're going to do a little bit of leather while that sort of burgundy tone just rests for a minute. Where did I put my drink? There. I think if anybody wants to put up any whips, it is Whip Wednesday. I'll have a little look in Discord, see if anybody's put any up. Oh, we do have a few. Okay, cool. Nalan TV. Sorry I'm a bit late on this one. If you're still here, Nalan, fantastic work, mate. That is looking stunning. That looks absolutely fantastic. I think I may have seen an earlier whip of this as well. And it shows that you've been putting in the work on it. It looks really nice. I like, you know, if we were to go black and white on the model as well, I think you've nailed some of these tones. Like the skin tone as well. Having that sort of red in there, it's looking real tasty. Mini Matty's got this model too, Neko Galaxy. Hey, Matty's, what bust don't you have? Like, is it? I think we should work backwards from that. Like, what bust or like sculpture don't you have? Postwork guy coming in with some terrain. He's putting some LEDs in the lumen spots. To improve the red gradient on the gate. Ooh, interesting. I can see what you mean with this OSL that you were talking about earlier, Postwork guy, if you're still there. So I've used like a dry brush technique for the OSL, and to be fair, it works. I mean, that, you know, it works. It's fine. That will look really cool with the LEDs, like you say. If you were really clever, you know, you could probably drill these lights out around the little lampy bits here and even put an LED in those. Kind of defeating the point of you putting in some OSL in, but great work they did. Really like it. Love the gradients on this, on the door itself, the dry brush work on it, all really nicely done. That's a tasty looking wall right there. And look at this, obviously Mini Matty's in the house. Beautiful work, mate. Beautiful work. I love seeing Mini Matty's work. He's got himself a very shiny looking sword here. I've no idea what this is from. Is this a Tau? Yeah, it's Tau. I think this is the new Commander Farsight miniature. Oh, is this the new Commander Farsight miniature? It could be. It is. It is. Awesome. Oh, that's going to be awesome, dude. So you're doing it like a blue tone on the metals? Interesting. And then this is like a demon blade or something in the lore, right? So you've got these like glowing runes going on. Very cool. Very good, very nice. It's still early days yet. You got so, you know, you do. I do love your non-mat, mate. I do love it. Very spicy, everybody. I'll show you this. This is what Minty was working on last week, which is this lovely little pirate orc buggy, which I just love this. Like, it's so good. Minty's great at his kit bashes. He's always doing some kit bashing. Great work, brother. Vite, I think over the New Year's period was working on this. Very interesting sculpt, actually. Very unique. I don't know where this is from, but very cool. Like, the pose is cool. I love the bit of smoke as well, coming off into that side angle. Loving the colours that you've chosen. Like that really nice sort of purple into a teal tone against that minty green highlighting this red. Sorry, this brown. Very tasty. I love your colour uses, Vite. Always very cool. If anybody else wants to share any of their work, they're more than welcome to do so. I think we just need to type !Discord into old Chatteroo, and it should appear for you, the link. You're going to have a heavy red glow from underneath. Oh. So I like to really sort of lean into the demonic weapon. I'm thinking of sort of leaning a bit more into a green glow on these Matties. What do you reckon? So this is my Bone Giant. But I don't know if... I've got the green glow in the eye sockets at the minute. I've got like green splash through the miniature. He's come off his base, unfortunately. I snapped his bloody base off because I'm a clumsy bugger. But he's got like this sort of brighter yellowy green, and touching the green here, scarab, jade piece in the center, and then glowy green in the eyes. But I feel like I want to add more. Like, maybe not on this guy, because there's no, like, I can't really see underneath the ribcage. But maybe on the skeletons, like, right underneath the ribcage. So, like, under here, to sort of, like, give the impression of them resurrecting. Or maybe I'll do that on a couple, you know, because these skeletons can resurrect. You can resurrect them every turn. So maybe the green glow that animates them is really bright when they're getting resurrected. So maybe I'll do that on a couple of them. Maybe have the HQs with that and the rest only with the eyes. Okay, that's a good shout. I think, like, with the colours and the tones, because I've got, like, this nice sort of jade tone. I've got a nice, like, turquoise tone. The magenta's in there. Hey, Redfire. Hey, K-Row 5000. How you doing? Love these skelly boys. Well, you're in the right place, mate. We're in the... we're painting up a lot of them today. I've done my test piece. And I'm doing, like, a mummified undead. Hello there, Redfire. How are you doing? To also show that the HQs have the power. Yes. Mini Matties, I think you were onto a winner there, bro. I think you're onto a winner. I think I really like that idea. Welcome back, bruv. Welcome back. No, that's a fab idea. So, characters are going to be more glowy. More glowy. Scatman, you know the answer to that, you cheeky monkey. We stopped doing Stream Raiders a while ago just because it was interrupting my painting a bit too much, and I like to crack on when I'm painting on stream. Although I am thinking about doing some marbles. So anybody in chat, would you like for me to do marbles every now and then? Because I think it's like a free download on Steam, and it's just a little bit of fun. So maybe we can like break up the stream every now and then, or do it as like a points redeem, just to sort of add to the stream. What do you reckon, chat? Bit of cheeky marbles just to break up all of the painting. Like, Stream Raiders is every like 5 minutes, and I know full well that it's distracting everybody who's playing it, because I stream during work hours. So like, you're all watching me while you're working, or you might be on your break or whatever. I'm well aware of that. And Stream Raiders is just going to distract you guys further. Marbles can be about the same, can it? Okay. I just thought maybe like do a runner stream or something towards the end of the stream. Mix it up a little bit. Have like a leaderboard. Just do Stream Raiders. Stream Raiders is a lot of faff, honestly, because you have to keep updating it like every single fucking day. Like, I don't know why they do it that way, but every time you open Stream Raiders, you've got like download another pack and then reinstall it and stuff. It's just so annoying, especially when you're running late for your stream. No, not a fan of that. I definitely won't be bringing Stream Raiders back, I'm afraid. Yeah, you can be all you want, Scat. It's not going to happen. I'm thinking of your best interests here. Yeah. Mini Matthews doesn't have the VIP thing. I've just realised. Community roles manager. That's Mini. There he is. Give him a little VIP. There he is. Little cheeky VIP. Why not, eh? Why not? I think it just allows you, very lucky person, yeah. all it does on my stream is allow you to post links directly. So if you need to link to anything or whatever, then you can do now. I've got to be quite careful with links at the minute because obviously I'm streaming to YouTube as well. Let the spam begin. Now! What hath been given can be taketh. Well, Matties, will you be up for maybe next week? I'm going to try and do a game stream again. Just depends on where I'm up to with my workload around the house, because I'm trying to do up the house at the minute at the same time. Get everything ready for Babe, because we've got the baby due probably March. So pretty much every evening and all weekends at the minute are doing up the house. Getting all of those annoying chores that you left and I kept leaving until the last minute, and now it's the last minute, so I am, however, hoping to try and do like maybe a stream with a couple of people, do some Lethal Company. I know that Gus the Hutt's very keen to do another one. Maybe we might get Bran as well. We might get Merlin. We'll see how we go. Definitely up for doing something next week. Star Citizen. Afraid not there, Scat. That's not really on the agenda at the minute. You're going to have to start streaming some Star Citizen yourself, pal. Need to do a stream for that. I mean, maybe. I just haven't really got the time to do that at the minute. The reason I'm saying to do like Lethal Company and stuff is because it's just a silly little laugh, isn't it? We can do it with other streamers, other content creators, and have a bit of fun. Right, next up, I think we're going to put some leather onto that banner as well, onto the back of the banner here, and then start getting the metallics out. I know I've sort of like fallen off the batch painting bandwagon right now, but I kind of just want to paint this banner up. Is that so wrong? Yeah. Get some mods. And hear Bran scream like a baby. Those voice mods, that would be very, very funny. I enjoyed watching Bran's stream where he did a little bit of Lethal Company. I have been playing quite a bit of Phasmophobia as well with my mates when I get a chance. I'm a big fan of that game at the minute. So definitely do a bit of Phasmo. Just sort of trying to stipple this a little bit. I don't know where my other good brush has gone. Like I had my other Artist Opus brush on my desk. Oh, they're there. Okay, flipping heck. It's just me being a donut. There they are. Kind of need something a bit smaller for what I'm doing right now. Think I need to give all these brushes a nice little healthy little clean as well. Give them all a little shampoo. Try to add some weathering in scratches and stuff for the leather, make it look a bit more worn. Lovely jubbly. Next up, we're going to do the metallics, I think. Yeah. I think on the top of this, just how this banner is, probably have to draw in some of the detail there. I don't know if we've lost some detail because of the print, but I'm probably going to do something like the magenta or like turquoise, magenta, turquoise, magenta, turquoise, magenta, and like rotate it. Probably going to have to draw in the detail a little bit there. Maybe, I'm not sure what's going on here. It's a bit of sand on it as well, so a bit of texture there. We'll see how we go with that. Probably do emerald green on the centerpiece there. Emerald green here. Almost like stud bit. Then we've got touches of that emerald green going in. Like the sound of that. I'll show you actually what the characters have got look like at the minute. So I've got a female priest. And I've got a male priest as well. So these are my two priest models at the minute. These are from One Page Rules. And I scaled them up by about 20%. So quite like them. I think they look pretty interesting. I do particularly like the female one here. Just she's got quite a good detail. I like this robe as well. Definitely do something with that robe. We're going to spend a bit more time on these two. And we're going to make him very glowy, I think. Lots of green glow coming out of that dude. So yeah, excited for those. And I've also got my Hyro Titan, but I don't know if there's any rules for it yet. So I kit bashed this one. This is a one-page rules Hyro Titan. I've then added these braziers on the shoulders from an immolator tank from Sisters of Battle. And then I printed 2 of these axes and cut off the other axe blade so I can have a second cool little haft bit there. So that's another little amendment to this sculpt. But I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, so in the previous edition, this was like, it was like a giant that had spells. So the Hyro Titan, it had Soul Leech from its gaze, and then it had another spell from the scales, as it were. So I don't know if that's going to be the case now, or they've removed it, or what. But if they have removed it, I'll probably just use it as a bone giant with great weapon. Have a nice like strength 8 giant, which would be pretty ridiculous. Well, I don't know what the strength is of the giants yet. They could be strength 4 or 5. They're probably going to be strength 5 or 6. Let's face it. So, next up, we're going to get some greens down. I'm going to start adding a little bit of green in just to help with some splashes of colour. So I've got this very nice AK Interactive green here, which is this lovely vibrant green, which I've been using for the cactus, just sort of so that they really stand out. Got plenty of sand that's crept up on them as well, so probably like fix that with a little bit of the pigment powder when I get around to doing the pigment powders. Nope, just drop one of my brushes. No. Oh crikey, I've just nearly used up all my data on my phone because my Wi-Fi wasn't turned on. Uh-oh. That was a silly sausage. So we're back, chat. There we go. Oh. I feel so clumsy at the minute. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've just like dropped a brush, thrown my other brush through my wet palette, so it's now covered in paint. Silly boy. We're just chilling out for a bit now. What time are we on? We're on 2 o'clock. GMT. We're probably going to paint until this guy's finished. Because I have a lot to do today. So I need to go to the post office. I've got some parcels to drop off. So it's a shorter stream today. Normally I go till about 5 or 6. But I have to get to this shop before it closes at about 5, I reckon. To get some plumbing stuff. To get the right push fit pipes for my shower. Got to clean my pipes somehow, yeah. Well, the one that we got out of the box doesn't fucking adapt with anything. I went to Wickes last night and bought some different ones, and I brought the piece with me. We couldn't get any of them to really work in the store, but then the guy said, like, you know, you could try something. So I tried that and it still didn't work. So you have to take them back and pick something else up, I think. Here's what it is. I want some jade green. We got that on the palette, yeah. For now. Have a nice little jade bit here as well. So I'll have gold separating this jade circle. Cool. I think I might shade back some of the tones as well, a little bit more on the giant, and have a little bit more of a transition on some of these like teals and stuff. But we'll figure it out. I say it's still very early days on this scheme. I can amend things if I wish. Don't know if I actually highlighted this, but on this guy. Oh, I didn't actually. I was thinking, like, how do I want to highlight it as well? I've just mixed in a little bit of a sand tone and it's gone a bit more pink. I could have perhaps mixed in some flesh tone instead. Yeah, perhaps we'll do that instead, because I think the flesh tone will be a better highlight for that. We've got some Kislev flesh. Get that on the palette. I'm going to use that instead of pale sands to mix in with that burgundy. That's better. Yeah, I think the pink is too much. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. This week's already going so fast. Kind of scary, really, how quickly January's already going. Like, blink and you'll miss it. There we go. I'm a bit happy with that. I might add a bit more magenta to this and just sort of maybe brighten a few bits off, but at the minute we're happy with where it is right now. Next up, let's plot in some of this burgundy up here on the little patterns, the banner. I think I might make them look a bit cracked and broken on the top of this one. Might as well just do all of the bits on the back here, lock it in. Gonna go for like a hawk turquoise sort of arum blue for the colour in between. Tie everything in with a shield. Got a lot of detail on the back of this. I think I may have had an issue with the print on this banner because the detail's not that great. Oh, that is fine though. I'll just have to colour it in myself. We spot a freehand work, I guess. Grabbing a little touch more magenta in there. Yeah, I think I want to try and maybe lean into this looking a little bit damaged on the top here, because we've got this like sand grit I've somehow managed to get on the top of the banner. Happy little accident it'll be today, I think. Like the Bob Ross approach. Oh, somehow messed up my pattern, I think. Oh well. We'll go with it. Ah, that's how we buggered it up. 1, 2, 3. Shit. Okay, so it should be that one there. There we go. Real-time errors. So I've just got to do all of this in this colour now, and then we'll come back with the turquoise. Lol. The mistakes were made. Tis what it is. All right. Well, while that's doing its thing, let's perhaps do the sort of bandages next. I had like a really simple way of doing the bandages for the army, and it'll just keep things simple because obviously there's probably going to be a lot of them. And what that was, it's skeleton horde over the top of like a bright bone colour. Really simple. And then coming back in with like screaming skull or whatever and just sort of texturing it up. And that worked quite well. Skeleton Horde, you know, I'm not usually a fan of contrast paints, but this is quite a good one, really. It kind of does the job of a sepia tone if I were to just put a sepia wash over the top, but it does it in a better way. It's more of a thicker glaze than it is a wash. So for what we've got here, it's kind of perfect. I don't know if I want to do these straps of the sandals or go brown with those. I think we're going to go brown with the straps of the sandals, actually. And the bone tones just sort of helps bring everything out. Do we have any more little bandages? Perhaps that one there, perhaps this here. The rest of it's bone and leather, that's fine. All good because that burgundy on the top has sorted itself out. So next up we're going to grab some Baroth blue. What colour did I start this off with? I can't remember. Something darker than that. Probably Temple Guard blue, I think. There we go. Well, there's Thousand Suns blue there. I do have Temple Guard blue somewhere. Baroth blue, Hoeth blue. I love it when I can't find paints on my desk. Even though they'll be right in front of me. Ah, there we go. Hawk turquoise. That'll do. That's basically the same colour. Hawk turquoise is pretty much Temple Guard blue. Let's grab a little taste of that. And we're going to do that colour here. Wait. Discord notification just went off in my ear and scared me a little bit. Everybody's cracking on by the looks of it. Everybody's super quiet today. All busy. I do love a bit of turquoise. I mean, everybody should take the opportunity to paint turquoise whenever they can. Such a nice colour. Oh, I think we've finished this playlist, actually. This is the Streamlabs playlist. I enjoyed that, to be honest. Wasn't a bad free music. Dune Awakening. What's this? Some nice tunes here. Good to be about painting as well, actually. Like, after a nice little week's break, I've kind of been getting the urge to paint back again. Sometimes you do just need a little bit of a break. It just refreshes your energy levels. But I know that I can't really sit and just devote the whole day to painting, unfortunately, just because life is busy at the minute. But we're getting there. We're getting there. The house is getting done. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And bless him, my mate Chester has been offered to help me out a little bit with the bathrooms. Well, not a little bit, a lot. He's going to come over when he finishes work today, which is just a massive, massive help. Honestly, he knows what he's doing with stuff like this as well. He said he's going to try and book Thursday off and try and help me out as well. But so I might end up not doing any work tomorrow and just cracking on with things. But if I can do that, then that means the weekends do something else, or I can relax a little bit. Maybe we'll see. Maybe get some more painting in. I would like to try and do a couple more streams if I can, but I think everything's going to be up in the air for the time being. I'm going to try and stick to one stream a week and one video a week on YouTube. See how we get on. And if I can do any more than that, I will. And I'll post it. So if you guys are in my Discord, you know, I tend to post up on there when I'm doing any bonus streams or anything like that. Like any little gaming streams with the boys. And I know that Gus, for example, Gus the Hut, was asking to do another little gaming session. So definitely down for doing that with him as well. We had a lot of fun when we played Dark Tide last time. The video's up on YouTube if you guys want to see it. There's me, Merlin, Bran, and Gus purging some heretics. We had a couple of issues with hardware and downloads of games and all sorts of shit, but you know, these things happen. These things happen. Like, I was going to do this cool like dual stream setup and all sorts, and my laptop just decided to go, nope, my graphics driver no longer works. Deal with it, so had to just run it through the PC instead. So never mind. Okay, next up here we're going to try and get the... I've just mixed in a little bit of a pale sands tone here with this turquoise. think I'm probably going to go brighter than I should. Try and catch that top edge there. I think because I'm going to try and knock it back with a darker turquoise glaze. Create a little bit of a contrast there. But I also want this to look a little bit damaged here, so just going to add like a couple of like scratches and stuff. Welcome in all the new people today. It's been a lovely stream so far, and a massive thank you to Esme for the raid earlier. If you're chilling in chat, Esme, big up to you once again. Try and catch the backs of this one now as well, because obviously you're going to see the banner from the front and the back, so it's going to have some highlighting. Well, I think for the battle standard bearer, I may actually do a complete kit bash on one, because the Games Workshop one is like 20 quid, and I'm not sold on the pose. I don't like the weapon it's got. Like, why would a battle standard bearer have a flail? Like, it wouldn't have a flail because it's carrying a huge banner pole with a load of stuff on it, so it's clearly going to get caught. So just from a practicality thing, the Tomb King's specific battle standard bearer just looks stupid. Although I did try to buy it, so I think that probably would have been, I would have converted that. I probably would have taken that weapon off and swapped it for something a bit more feasible, like a Kopesh. I love that word. I think Kopesh have also got their own unique rules as well, which is going to be cool. I think they may have like the killing blow thing on them. So it used to be that the Tomb Guard, so the elite units, and your characters, like your Tomb King, had killing blow. Well, I think that might now be on the weapon itself, and it does an auto wound rather than outright slaying. That's kind of the impression I got from the video I watched from Mountain Miniatures. Which is like a very, very useful video to watch, to be honest. Those of you who are into your old world, definitely check out Mountain Miniatures. He is going to be an absolute powerhouse. I mean, he is a powerhouse of content, but he's had the rules now for a while from Mini Wargaming, and he's literally just been smashing out the army reviews. So if there's a membership worth getting at the minute, it's probably his. Got £5 spare, just so you can get a first look at the rules. But if you're a bit more patient like me, I'm not bothering with that because I want to open the book and have a good little solid week of looking through the book. And I'll probably put my own video talking about what my plans are after seeing the book and stuff like that. So quite excited for that. So we've got this brighter burgundy tone here as well. I'm just going to put some little highlights on on these bits here. Very mysterious music going on. To be fair, I should have just played like the Mummy soundtrack or something for this stream. It'd be like copyrighted. That would have been fun. Grabbed a little bit more magenta here. I'm just going to try and push this magenta a little bit more in over that sort of burgundy. Have a little drinky. This is a very eerie song. What's going on with this playlist? Let's skip the rest of that. The Dune Awakening on Streamlabs. Mixed a little bit more in with that magenta there. It's quite a thin paint, that what was it? What's the brand name now? Pro Acryl magenta. I'm not sure. Thanks for the guys on the lurk. Cheers for the lurk, brother. I'll see you in a bizzle. I always remember that everybody's in work at this time, so that's why I'm not that bothered if everybody's quiet, because I know you're all cracking on with something. I'm going to try and get a really bright tone here, just to sort of nearly gone to a flesh tone. Hey, I've been big fan of Pro Acryl base set, yeah. Most colours can varnish, their white paint is amazing. I've got a couple, mate. I picked up when I was last at Element Games. I got the dark magenta, the lighter magenta. Probably didn't need to buy both of those, but I bought the violet colour, and but it's kind of like hexed lichen, because I've nearly ran out of royal purple. Yeah. I also picked up the Chimera Violet as well, because this is a really good one for like darkening off things. I could use that on this guy actually. That's a thought. We could maybe use that to sort of shade the turquoises. Mate, I'm gonna get off this music. It's disturbing my sanity a little bit. Cities Skylines 2. Let's see what that sounds like. Mysterious music. Yeah, glad to hear it, man. Like, AC Miniatures got me onto the Pro Acryl. And I got to I had the pleasure of walking around the Element Games store with him, and he was like, yeah, get this one, get this one. So I was like, basically just like, yeah, just being receptive. Picked up those new Pro Acryls, and honestly, they've been fantastic. The other one I want to mention is this colour here. I got this dark jade. I think I'm actually going to try this out now because I want to sort of bring it into the scheme a little bit. And one called White Blue. Is this the one that you've got, K-Row? Because this one is the tits. I've been using this loads. It's so good. It's really good to like mix into stuff. It's like an off-white with a bit of blue in it, but it's so bright. Tasty. Let's get a bit of this magenta in as well. This dark jade, sorry. I think the dark jade is really dark. Wow, okay, wasn't expecting it to be that dark. That's all on my hands there. So what I'm going to do with this dark jade, I might just water this down a touch. And maybe use that to wash or to like glaze down this sort of banner piece that we've got going on. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to probably water it down a bit more. Bold titanium white. Oh, I'm going to have to get myself some of that. It will be done, my dear. Pale yellows, they're pale sands, yeah. I mean, stuff like that I probably won't get because like I already own pale sands, you know, like the Vallejo one is perfectly suitable. I bet this like dark jade is going to be top tier for like doing like Sons of Horus and stuff. Oh, that's nice actually. I'm digging that. I'm digging it. I'm digging it, chat. Really darkened off that turquoise. I think this is going to be the colour to shade any sort of turquoise I do now, because that's looking cool. I'm pretty pleased with that. I think I'll do it on the shields as well, unless yeah, I've not done it on the shields yet. Let's have a little play. Let's have a little play. I'm being a bit clumsy here, I know, but like, all part of the fun. That's why I've not put any of the gold in yet, because I'm like, I'll do the gold after, when we're a bit happier with it. Blue white sounds nice. Yeah, mate. This is. I'll show you. See ya. Tasty, tasty. White blue, and it's so nice. It's like a top end highlight, you know. Like if you do non-metallic metal, like that top end, super bright, sharp edge that you're going to do, that'll be belting for that, mate. Belting. Well, this music's gone very intense. I'm definitely digging this though. I might actually just add some to the Bone Giant while we're here, you know. just to see how this looks. That was definitely a movie trailer song. Time to buy the new Fnatic paints. 2024 is a good year for paint tech. Hell yeah. I've not heard of Fnatic paints, mate. What's so special about them? 2023 was a good year, to be fair, because we had Duncan Rhodes paints. I think they were 2023, right? Or 2020. I can't remember now. 2022, maybe. So a lot of people got into. Well, they picked themselves up some Duncan paints. TT Combat launched its paint line in 2023. Mate, I'm happy with that jade colour. I think I'm definitely going to be glazing that over the top of these turquoisey bits to really sort of add a little bit more depth, you know? I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, it's pretty cool. And it's quite a thin little glaze, that. So, you know, if I were to sit here and keep on adding it, it's going to darken that off even more. It'll look really sweet. It's the update to Army Painter's baseline. Greatly improved stabilizers. Supposed one coat coverage. Nice. That could be a good shout. That could be a good shout, especially for like army painters out there who are wanting something that's going to help speed things up, you know? Excuse me. Sounds pretty cool, that fella. Yeah, I'll be honest. I only like the Army Painter washes. I own strong tone, dark tone. Check out the YouTube video on it. I will, my dude. I will. I mean, they're competing with the likes of contrast paints, aren't they? And all that jazz. You know, if you're into slap chop, you're into slap chop. That's what you're gonna do. I can see a lot of like Warhammer Fantasy stuff being slap chop, right? Just because you've got a lot of models to paint. Slap chops are very quick and dirty and easy, and it looks good. You know, so I can see that happening. You can see quite a lot of slap chop coming to the fore in this edition. Not a paid actor. Yeah. I think they might be stealing some business, yeah. That's fine, man. See what happens. Just picked up a little bit more of that magenta and just added a little touch of hawk green. Sorry, that sort of jade green in it. Gonna try and use that as a bit more of a shader. See if we get ourselves a little bit of a darker transition on that magenta as well. Honestly, guys, I'm literally just having a little bit of fun at the minute. I'm just having a little play because, like, it's still early days on my paint scheme. Very early days. And if I want to change something, I will, you know? I've painted up a bone giant and, like, one skeleton. It's going to be very easy to just like completely redo them if I need to, but you know, having a little play around with the colours, yeah, that's cool. I think leaning more into paint's very personal, yeah, man. My preference is whatever the fuck I've got. I got sent like this massive box of Games Workshop paints by a mate, I'm going to use them, you know. I got sent a box of the old air paints from Games Workshop by a store, like a local store, was just getting rid of, like, I know somebody who'll make use of this. I was like, yeah, well, I've got a million fucking repeats of the same paint that'll take me probably like 3 years to get through. Like, but I've got them, you know, so I'll use them. But for like my general painting, I'm going to try and use like Pro Acryl, Scale 75, Vallejo. It's definitely a case of whatever I've got at hand. Yeah, chalky paints. That's why I didn't really like the army painted stuff. I'll be honest, dude. Like it wasn't doing it for me at all. Because they were so like chunky and minging before. My phone is going off today. Right, let's get a look. What I'm going to do here is we're going to have a little bit of a play. So I've got some burgundy and I've got my like jade green here. I'm just going to mix that in and see if we can get ourselves a tasty little sort of darker, mix a bit of corn red in with it and get ourselves a nice darker tone for that turquoise. Lovely day. Lovely jabbly. Thin that out somewhat. Yeah. Nicely. And then we're going to glaze that over the top of that little green here that we've got going on. I haven't highlighted this yet at all, so literally going over the top of that. Just want to create a little bit of shadow over that. Goodness me, my phone's going off. Lots of people are on my Etsy store at the minute favoriting things. There we go. Oh, that has muted that colour a little bit. That's fine. We'll probably just add a sharp jade line around the top of it. Something like that. And then maybe add some damage or a bit of battle damage, something to it. This skull here, I feel like I need to do something more to that because at the minute it's really dark and it's sort of just sitting there. It's not quite doing it for me. So I might bring a little bit more of the bone tones back in and then maybe just add some scratches and things to it. We'll have a think on that one. Let's not go there just yet. Got a little bit of a leather brown there. Might do these straps here while I'm on the browns. Little strapperoo. What colour did his sandals go? Black. No, it needs to be a brown, I think. Got to be a swanky leather tone. These boys will be, they've got some expensive sandals that have lasted the test of time. No cheap leather for these Team Kings. Tomb Kings are the bling skeletons. I think obviously when I do the pigment powder, because I'm going to do some... I've got like a desert coloured pigment powder. I think a lot of what I'm doing here is not going to be visible. So I think I'll just leave it with that base coat and then the pigment powder will come over the top. Because I'll probably pigment up around the legs. It just helps tie everything in, right? Let's do some gold. Actually, no, I'm going to highlight that jade first. Let's highlight the jade first. Jumping all over the show, but this is what we're going to do. I might just pinch a little bit of that white blue that we were talking about a second ago. Lovely jubbly. Get a better angle on this. There's a bit of a chip in that. I think we'll lean into that chip a little bit. So maybe make a little crack here as well. Yeah, something like that. A little cheeky crack going on, and then I might just get some of that darker tone. Song, what's going on with these songs? So creepy. Let's see what else we got. Let's have a bit of jazz. Time me on as well. We're at 3 o'clock. This is what we need. Here we go. Bit of jazz. Weird. I don't actually know if the music's duplicating twice here. Can you guys hear the music twice on stream? No? I don't know then. Oh, some hydration. Thank you, bruv. Cheers to you, Millie. Not bad, a bit of yaz. This is literally the free music on Streamlabs. That's what I'm using at the minute. it's alright, isn't it? Right, let's get some gold in and then we can have a little think about that skull. This will be this chap's shield as well. Brilliant. I was adding a couple of little streaks down this. Don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll see. I think I actually did use this magenta here, you know. Thank you, Scat. I put a bit of blue tack down so that I don't go off piste too much. Because like when you not stream for a while, then you stream again, you're like, I'm off piste all the time. Jesus! Good job, Scat. You got me good. I got you, babe. Yeah, let's go. Let's some metallics on the go now. I need to get my Retributor armor. Such a bloody good gold. Such a bloody good gold, this. We've now got some Yaz flute. That's the best kind of Yaz. You should have learned how to play the Yaz flute. I reckon it would suit you as an instrument, Scat. I literally see you there with a turtleneck in a late night club in Manchester. Nice bit of piano, that. I think I'm going to do gold here. God, fucking this cable's pissing me off now. I've got like quite a long headset cable. It's plugged into my mic. It's just constantly getting in the way. There we go. That's better. But if I like sit back randomly, I'm going to strangle myself probably. Beautiful. Just chilling out this Wednesday afternoon. Hope everybody's having a great day. Thank you for lurking and hanging out with me this afternoon. Everybody that's come through from the Esmeralda stream earlier. Big love to you. Big love to Esme as well for deciding to raid us. Very nice of you. I reckon the skeleton head here on this banner, I reckon that can talk. Because, like, why would they put a skeleton head there when they could have just animated it, unless it's just got the head left? But it will still animate with the rest of the unit, surely. I reckon he's sat on top of his little banner pole just chatting away. Throwing down some insults or inspiring the troops. Gonna go upside down here. There's little gold studs here on the end of each of these. Be a bit careful here. The tricksy bugger, this. Kind of wish I put it on the my other painting handle now. I got like properly brace my hand a little bit better. We've pretty much got it there. There's just maybe a couple of little bits along the top here. In terms of freehand, just trying to think, because I don't have any of, I didn't get any of the official Tomb King's boxes, so I don't have any of the transfers. If they did come with transfers, I don't know. I'm assuming they did come with transfers because I've seen some pretty cool like patterns and stuff on some people's shields. But I think I'm going to have to freehand some stuff. So thinking about what I'm going to do with it, I'll probably do some little bits on the shields. Not quite sure yet. I'll have a think on that one as well. Maybe like some little like lettering or something on this like bit on the banner post. Some like hieroglyphs or something coming down here. Perhaps in like a white tone so we stand out, or maybe black. A lot of black on the model already. We'll have a think. We'll have a think. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, this entire backplate here is going to be gold. A bit more on the brush. Do-do-do-do-do. All right. Yeah, it's starting to come together a bit now. I still think the skull on the top we need to do something with. I think I'll probably add a little bit more of the bone to it. And maybe like make it a bit more bright green as well. So like have some of the green glow effect actually in the eyes of the skull on the staff as well. Well, I thought that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, these guys are extremely lightly armored. Like the little bits of gold around their arms and the coif on the head is like the only armor they've got. A little bit of leather on them. Right, just need to tidy up a little bit around the top of that staff. The tricky bit. Oh, wunderbar. Last bit, just the little headband. Next up, I literally just slam the gold with Reichland Flesh Shade. Make sure everything gets a hit with the Reichland, and it really adds like a lovely warmth. I was thinking of maybe doing a strong tone wash instead of the Reichland, but I just really like how the Reichland gold looks. And I kind of like the idea that whilst everything's decrepified, that the gold has maintained its shine because of magics, you know? Much there now, chat. Did I get all the little bits on there? You did, yeah. Cool. Oh, there's a couple of studs on his little crotch bit here. There's a bit of black underneath there, actually. I'll just try and get that. The wood poking out the bottom. Just going to add a little bit of grey. To highlight that. Create a grey really quickly here. This is for the wood. not being precious about it. I'm just sort of getting a little bit of a line of the grey over the top. Probably come back over that with a little bit of a black glaze as well. Knock this back a little bit. I want it to look a little bit different to the rest of the black on the model. All right, it's time for that flesh shade, so let's dig it out. There we are. I'm actually nearly out of Reichland flesh shade. Might have to go and get some more. Goodness. One big load of that on my brush has kind of gone round the whole of that orange, whole of that gold. Quite ably. All right. Oh, just smack the camera around a little bit there. Go. To move it over a little bit because I do keep catching it. Right, I'll have a little sip of water. I'll do the gold on the shield while we wait on that, and then we'll just do the highlights on the gold. Pull you off that for a minute, just so I can do this. Something to grip onto. It does have like a little scarab on the centre of that, so it's kind of tempting me to maybe do that a different colour, but I think it's got a... I think it'll all be gold. I think it'll just look better in gold. Got a little cheeky scarab on it. I do actually quite like the look of the new scarab swarms that Games Workshop have put up. Again, they sold out really quickly. But they were really nice, actually. I don't think I'll be using them in my list, but you never know. Might be fun to paint them up at some point and have some. They're quite a good little tar pit, really. There we go. I think with the Retributor arm, it does kind of need 2 coats, but it does have good coverage generally. Ooh, that's a nice bit of piano. Get the inside of those shields. There we go, chat. Sorry I'm a bit quiet now. We're just sort of coming towards the end of the stream now. Just trying to crack on. Enjoying these tunes. Nice bit of relaxation time, to be fair. Let's just pop it off here, just try and catch that other edge. I've already done all the other details on this with that wood effect. That's going to be leather, I think. the attachment point to the arm. So let's just quickly just whap a bit of charred brown on that. Brilliant. All right, and then get a bit of Reichland flesh shade over that metallic as well. And then we're laughing. There we go. So that's brought it nice and a bit darker, a bit more burnished. And then we'll pop that now. We're going to get some Liberator Gold out. I think there is some on the palette, but I think it's all separated, so probably no point in using that. No, not a chance. Alright, Liberator Gold. Here we go. No, it's Ring Lord Brass. That's the wrong one. Where did you go now, my love? Going to be hiding amongst. There we go. Good. Speed metal from Metal Alchemy. So I was using that to mix in with the Liberator Gold when we locate it. And that was quite a good shout because it just added that brightness for the last sort of highlight. There he is. Let's give these a little shakeroo. Oh man, I can't believe I didn't put my Wi-Fi back on the phone. I have a stream up on the phone for chat and stuff, and it just like used up 4 gig of my data. Whoopsie doodle, won't be doing that again. To be fair, I only use data when I'm driving somewhere anyway for like music and shit. So with this now, I'm just going to catch like all of the upper areas. And then like the last bit, what I'll do is I'll just mix in a little bit of that speed metal in with this. And then just tap a couple of bits to be like super shiny bits. Chip away at it a little bit. Okay, I think I've had enough of the jazz now as well. Let's find something else for the last little bit of the stream. There's a place called Poggers, brilliant. That's a bit of lo-fi, why not? Bit of lo-fi won't harm anybody. I didn't put any wash on these little stub bits, but all good. All right, let's get that speed battle mix in now. Bob a little blob down. Super bright, that speed metal. It's from the Metal Alchemy range from Scale 75. Got really like, it's not shining silver, but it's like a nice little, very bright gold. Gonna get that kind of on the tops of things and okay, let's correct this here. We've put a little bit of a purple here, I think, and it's kind of ruined that flavour. So a little bit of a course correction on that one. See if we can fix it. Coming off his stand there. Stay on there, you bugger. Just making a little bit of a brighter bone tone as well. We're just going to add a couple of little scratches and things. Righto, so the last thing to do without doing any freehand or anything would be to just get that little green glow in. And then just maybe add a little bit to that cactus on the base. I just want to quickly get some highlights down on this bit of the shield. What's with this music, man? Royalty free music, sometimes I feel like it's very hit and miss. Probably more misses than hits though. All right, I think we'll be leaving that as is. I'll dry fit that on. A little strap that'll sit in his hand there. There you go. Hiding behind a shield. That's not too bad. I think that looks pretty cool. Colours are there. The weathering's there. But you just need something like the little symbols and stuff, like the freehand. But I think I'll probably do all of that in one go. But generally, it's quite an easy little scheme to do. You know, it's taken me a bit of time. I've done some bulk painting. I've got one of them done to kind of where I want him. It looks like some of the gold's peeled off this bit on the scarab, strangely. So I'll probably have to go back in and just tidy that up a little bit later. And I need to put the green in. So the last bit is just to put the green into the eye sockets. So for that, I can't quite remember what green I used. So I think it was... Caliban green. I think it might have been Caliban green air. It's already got like the sand sort of tone in there, so the white is already in there, right? So in theory, all I need to do is just water this down and just sort of get this in a little bit. So let's have a go at that. God, let's play this all over the show. I'm going to pop the Caliban green in there for now, and then I think I added something else to it to brighten it up a little bit. A little bit coming out of the mouth, perhaps. On this skull on the top, I think I'm going to do something with that now. Because I'm not really happy with how that's looking at the minute. So I'm going to grab some of the bone tone that I've got and probably water it down a touch. So like adding some scratches and stuff like to break through that black so it's a bit more brighter, I think is the play here. So I've just got some of the even brighter sand there. Literally pale sands. Try and get some of it into the crevices. And we're going to get that black tone in again. There we go. I'm a bit happy with that now. It looks a little bit more interesting. Perhaps the last thing to do would be potentially just to try and tidy up a little bit over here. All right, okay. Let's get his shield stuck on. Bit of super glue. I might add a little bit more of a brighter green to that eye socket still. I'm not quite happy with my decision on that dark green. So to that end, I've got some like warpstone glow here, or moot green. Moot green might be a good shout. Maybe try and get a bit of that into the eye socket. So there's a little bit more of something there. It's still very like... There we go. I'm a bit happy with that actually. So we'll go on the other guy. Yeah, that's more interesting actually straight away. I'm a lot happy with that. I think I probably need to add a little bit more highlight into the other chappy, the little test piece. Oh, we just want to add a little bit into the eye sockets of the one up here on the top. Maybe a bit in the nose. Awesome. That's definitely looking better already. Wunderbar. You know, probably could put a little bit more highlighting or something up here, but I think I'm going to do a little bit of freehand on the banner. Maybe just do some like sigils and stuff like that, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Or like runes and stuff coming down this little bit here on the banner. I quite like that idea. But these two handsome chaps next to each other, they're going to look pretty cool ranked up. Tastefully ranked up. A little bit more moot green just put into that bit of banner there up top, just to give it a little bit more pizzazz. All right, chat. I think it's time. I'm quite happy with today's work. We've managed to get a couple of Skelly Bros on their way there. Done the details and stuff and finished off the standard bearer. There's a little bit more work to do here and there on him. I think I just need to highlight up the cactus a little bit. The freehand, and then we're good as gold, I think. Once the freehand's in place, I think everything's going to look quite interesting. Those finishing little touches, you know, like when you do your transfers and stuff on your Space Marines and stuff, everything starts coming together. So let's go find somebody to raid. Let's see who is on Twitch ready to go. I think we'll go over to DLN. Actually, we're going to go to Dr. Rhino. Been a while since we've been on his stream, so I think I raided DLN fairly recently. Dr_Rhino. Is there underscore? There he is. Alright, cheers everybody for staying with me, and thanks once again to Esme for the raid earlier today. All you lurkers out there, big love to you guys. New video up on Friday. And we've got new video coming up on Friday on YouTube, and probably not another stream till next week. So lots of love, and I'll see you then.